Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now in series of MCQs on analog electronics, we'll be looking forward to more questions. So the question asks that depletion region of PN junction is formed by reverse biasing, forward biasing, manufacturing or during heating. So the answer is the PN junction is formed during the manufacturing. The donor and the acceptor atom from the depletion region, it increases during the reverse bias and decreases under the forward biased. Next, a 555 IC is used to produce clock, that is C. So for a desired frequency, by setting the value of a certain capacitor, we can produce the clock of 555 IC. Next, doping in a semiconductor increases which quantity? So the answer is it increases the conductance. Doping means adding the impurity in a semiconductor which can be either from the third group or the fifth group to form p-type and n-type respectively. It increases the conductivity of the semiconductor since it increases either holes or free electrons in the semiconductor. So the answer is B, that is conductance is increased with doping. Next, donors to a semiconductor material is pentavalent. So pentavalent atoms are group 5 elements having 5 electrons in the outermost shell. 4 electrons form the covalent bond and the rest free act as free electrons. So they act as a donor to the semiconductor. Next, example of donor atom is antimony. Out of these 4, antimony is the option. So group 5 element are donor type atoms. Next, acceptor impurities are of which material out of these 4? So the answer will be p-type material. We know that acceptors are from group number 3 and they always act as p-type material because they have 3 electrons in their outermost shell. So the deficiency of 1 electron act as a whole. Next, base 10 system is also called as decimal system. Next, base of a number system is also known as radix. So radix is the basic term which we use for defining the base of a number system. Next, binary logic is mainly based on arithmetic operation and logical operations. So the logical values always handle with logical as well as arithmetic operations. Logical cases are like or, and, not, etc. Next, in a rectifier circuit, the diode converts alternating voltage to direct voltage and alternating voltage to direct current. So the answer is both A and C options are correct. The majority carriers and emitter of a PNP transistor are holes. An op-amp comparator circuit employs no feedback. So op-amp's comparator circuit is used to compare the difference between the voltage level of two input, that is inverting and non-inverting, and also determines which one is greater. So it requires no feedback. In n-type semiconductor element, which of the following group of a periodic table is added as dopant? So the answer is group 5 elements like phosphorus, arsenic, antimony are added to germanium or silicon crystals which produce free electrons. And group 5 element has 5 electrons in their outermost shell. 4 of them makes a covalent bond and the remaining act as a charge carriers. Next, Darlington connection is achieved in two transistors by connecting both collector. So Darlington pair of connection or the connection, two transistors collectors are connected and emitter of the first connector is connected to the base of second. This provides a three-terminal device that is actual operation that can be regarded as two cascaded emitter followers. Next, a zener diode voltage regulator has load requirement of 12 volt and 2 amperes. The zener diode's minimum current requirement is 0.2 amperes. The minimum voltage at the input is 24 volts. What is the maximum efficiency of the circuit? So for the efficiency, we multiply 2 into 12, that is the 2 ampere current into 12 volts, divide by 2.2 into 24 into 100%. So this will give us 45.5%, that is B. Next, the current gain of a PNP transistor is ratio of collector current to the emitter current. Typically for PNP and NPN, the current gain is the ratio of DC collector current to the DC emitter current, which is nearly unity. So the answer is the ratio of collector current to the emitter current is known as current gain of a PNP transistor. Next, a three-phase diode bridge rectifier is fed from a 400 volt RMS, 50 Hz and three-phase AC source. If the load is purely resistive, then the peak instantaneous output voltage is equal to what? So the answer will be 400 root 2 volts. Next, the conduction loss versus the device current characteristics of power MOSFET is best approximated by, answer is A, that is parabola. So I is equal to device current, R on is the on state resistance of power MOSFET, and hence the conduction loss is equal to I square R. Therefore, the conduction loss versus the device current characteristic is approximately a parabola because it is I square R. Next, which of the following cannot actually move? So the answer is holes. Holes cannot move. Next, which of the material behave like perfect insulators at low temperature and conductor at high temperature? So the answer is D, that is silicon, germanium and gallium arsenide. All the three act as perfect insulators at low temperature and conductor as high, because it is a semiconductor which behave like perfect at low and higher temperature it behaves like a good conductor. So this was all about this lecture. For more videos, you can also subscribe to my channel. Thank you.